Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about Dave. And this movie came out in 1993, and it stars Kevin Kline and Sigourney Weaver. And I enjoyed the movie overall. I mostly liked the second half over the first half. I think that the second half was a bit more engaging for me, and I was more invested in what it was offering me, and I like the characters a bit better in the second half. Whereas the first half, it's pretty much exactly what you would expect, and not a whole lot is added to it. Whereas the second half, things are a bit more interesting for me. And the things that I do like about this movie are the performances. I think they're very good. I really like Kevin Kline in the movie. He's fun. And even though there's a lot of bad comedy in the movie for me, there are moments where it does work, and he's kind of fun to watch, and Sigourney Weaver's very good in it too, and she's more involved in the story in the second half, and that's probably why I like it better, because she's in it more, and she's one of my favorite parts of the movie, and I really enjoy her character and where she ends up by the end of it, and she's a more interesting character to me than a lot of the characters in the movie, and she carries it for me. And there are some nice side characters that I do like, and in terms of the movie structure, it's very basic and what you would expect, and not that there's anything wrong with that. I just would have liked there to be a bit more to it, and the movie does poke fun at itself at a couple points in the movie, at how goofy and silly certain things are, and I enjoyed those moments, but overall it doesn't really change the fact that a good amount of it is not poking fun at itself. There's just these little tiny moments that were, I guess, popular at the time to do, and I'm not criticizing the movie for doing these things. I'm just left wondering why the movie just didn't do that throughout the entire film. So not really a flaw, just a thing that I kind of noticed. And overall, the story of the movie, I liked a guy who is brought in to basically pretend to be the president of the United States, and kind of learning what that means and how to do that, and eventually he just starts doing his own thing, and I kind of liked that about the movie. I kind of liked where the story went overall. And the characters in the movie, for the most part, are fine. There's a couple that stand out, but for the most part, I just don't really care that much about their storylines. I would say the most interesting character for me would be Sigourney Weaver, but that was about it. The main character, I enjoyed him as just like, yeah, he's basically just used as a tool to show you what the story would be like, and that I'm fine with. One thing that I was kind of lacking from this movie was subtlety. It just kind of felt the need to dumb itself down, and I really just don't understand the point in doing that. You could have just had people read into what happened, and that would have been just fine. And for example, there's a scene where a guy is just writing down exactly, he's saying out loud what he's writing, and you don't get to read what he's writing. Instead, it just kind of just over explains what's going on for no reason, just to give you all the information that you need to know. And I don't understand why you would do that when you can just have the next scene explain what he did. It's not super complicated. Why can't you do that? And despite this movie being about a guy learning how to be president, filling in the role of being president for another guy because something happened, I really didn't get the sense that he did all that much. And in a way, that's kind of the point. But at the same time, I would have liked to see more, which is kind of unfortunate for me. But unfortunately, this is what we're left with, and overall, I like it. It's a good movie to me. I'm not rushing back to see it. I'll probably see this movie again someday in the future. I just don't know when. But with that being said, I just wished it was a lot better than it actually was. And to me, it was kind of a worse version of The American President. Like, big. And the reason I make that comparison is because I just reviewed it, like, just the other day, and I just kept thinking of that movie while watching this movie, and there were just some things that I realized that, yeah, I'm thinking that that movie is a lot better than this, and the dialogue was better in that movie than in this movie. And I was more engaged, and I liked the characters better, and there's more to read into and get out of that movie than this movie. And that's kind of the difference for me here. And one thing that helped out The American President a bit better for me was that it was a bit more of an art film as opposed to a crowd pleaser, in a sense, mostly with the dialogue and the way it approached its story. Like, there was some artistry to it. You could see some, like, passion and creativity put into that movie. Whereas this movie, it kind of felt like it was trying to... more of a crowd pleaser, I guess. I don't know the exact word. But it is what it is. There's a difference between those two movies, and I think I described it pretty well. It's more for mainstream audiences, I guess. And with all that being said, I'm going to give Dave a 6 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos as always. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below you thought of Dave, and my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for Air Force One. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.